The Devils come off with a huge win against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Welcome to Devils Talk. I am Enrique Aletius. So big win for the Devils. I thought this game was honestly really solid. I know it's the Columbus Blue Jackets, and I know people can say that, you should beat them or whatever. But hey, it's a good win. I like the way they won this game. It was pretty dominant throughout a majority of the game. I know in the first period, they kind of let up that first goal again, which was what I think they said Bill said it's the 30th time out of 40 games. But honestly, if they're winning the games in the end, but it's interesting because they have the most in the NHL, I think, right now, and comeback wins with 19 or 20. I don't know exactly the numbers, but I think, good shot by the Blue Jackets. I forgot who scored that, but good shot by them. And Vitek, first shot of the game, kind of a tough shot to kind of get yourself settled into. But even after that or before that shot or before that goal, the Devils were still kind of getting a lot of good chances. There were like 2 or 3 open net chances. I know Toffoli had an empty net chance. I think Haula had an empty net chance, I think it was. Those missed opportunities. And man, it was one of those where if the Devils did not win this game, and let's say they lost by 1 or even 2, you're sitting there going, man, like they could have had that or they could have tied the game up or won the game if they just got those empty net goals. But, it didn't come to that. And I think overall, I thought the way the Devils won this game, they had control. Again, I think over a majority of the play, I didn't feel like at any point where the Blue Jackets are a real threat. And now, there was a point in time in the second period where Vitek had to come up huge, and they did get a good amount of pressure. And in the third period, I think in the middle of the third period, there were 2 big stops that Vitek made. So that definitely helped for the Devils to not to kind of run away with it, and also for this game not to be close and closer than it was. I think a lot of Devils fans actually who kind of are not a fan of Vitek, they're almost doubting, or there's a little cynical about just having any lead. So good to see Vitek play well enough to keep this game out of distance out of reach for the Blue Jackets. But overall, I thought, again, I think defensively, what stood out to me was, no real major mistakes. I think the mistakes that did happen, Vitek was able to come up big in them. Maybe a giveaway or whatever here and there, and I thought just not a lot of odd man rushes, at least not a lot of glaringly, big odd man rushes and big opportunities for the Blue Jackets to get a goal or a really good chance on, which is a good sign. I think that's something that the Devils have to, keep consistent and clean that up in terms of just not letting other teams get easy chances on our goalies. Cause hey, it's not a secret that Vitek's struggling and Schmidt was struggling and Nico Dawes has been playing really well, but we don't want to put him in a position where we hurt his confidence because we're making him face a lot of 2-on-1s or just a lot of extended, offensive pressure by the other team or whatever. So I think just keeping the, and I get it, it's part of the scheme to have defensemen pinch and to contribute to the offense. But I just think keeping that, I guess, defensive back end there strong and maintaining that blue line and being able to not have teams easily just rush the puck on us, I think is huge just for us to keep, to defensively be stable there. But on the offensive side, I thought what I really liked was the Devils. They just kept trying. They just kept throwing the puck to the net again, looking for the dirty chances in front, right? Those gritty goals in front. It wasn't always pretty, right? I thought there were a couple goals that were pretty. I think Heischer's goal and it was Heischer, and then there was just 2 really good. Oh, Marino had a good. Those two goals were really nice snipes. But then Foote, I thought he played great this game. A really, really good pass to Holtz for that goal. I thought that if you really look at that replay, he just slices it right behind the the heel of the defenseman's stick, just onto Holtz's stick. So good look by him. But again, it was that was Holtz charging the net. crashing that net and giving himself an opportunity to be open for a chance, for a good chance. And then same thing basically with Ball and Bastien's goal, right? Ball, great keep. I think the puck kind of goes around, keeps the puck in the zone, skates up, and instead of trying to crash the net, Ball looks for the other forwards that are making themselves open right in front of that net, and it was just basically a tap in goal. And those are the kind of goals that it's not always going to be pretty, and it's not always going to be that one timer to Jesper Bratt on the side. Right? I know the Devils love to do that, or to Foley or Hall on the side, but just getting those pucks in front in the house, right in that house area, and and if nothing else, you'll get a good opportunity because the pucks will be in front of traffic, and they'll be you flood that puck in front, and hopefully you get an opportunity there. But I think my takeaway offensively was I thought that they put a lot of pressure and a lot of good sustained pressure on the Blue Jackets, and they were able to shoot the puck well and just shoot the puck, throw it to the net, get opportunities. But I think overall there was a sense of just strategy and scheme to what they were doing, right? It wasn't them just skating down the side of the ice and the circles and just kind of throwing it to the center, right? They were able to get good opportunities, high quality scoring chances in front of the net, and that's the kind of, I think, the kind of plays you need when you're not just playing the Blue Jackets, but against a lot of teams that have solid goaltending and solid defensemen. It just you're not going to get around a lot of teams that have good defenses by trying to always outskate them in a sense. You're going to have to get pucks in front and try to really battle in front. And I thought this game they did a good job of that. And I thought they were just really they did really well in terms of getting shots off and getting attack. And they would, even when the Columbus Blue Jackets were trying to take it out of the zone, sometimes the forwards would pinch a little and press, and then they would be able to knock the puck away. Maybe in the second period, they were able to get a couple chances that way by just pressuring the defensemen that were trying to get out of the zone. It was good. I thought it was a really solid game. And on terms of Vitek and goaltending, I thought he played really, really well. I think this is a game that really did a good job, where he did a good job for his confidence. And I think this game could have been a lot closer than it was had it not been for those, especially in the third period. He had two really good stops there, and he played aggressive. And I thought that, there was little scary plays in the second period, I think it was, where the puck kind of went behind him on the side of the net, but luckily it didn't squeak by. But overall, I felt like he wasn't, fishing or swimming in the crease a lot. He was, in control. He really managed his depth well. He was aggressive, but he was able to, not be, again, going all over the crease. And sometimes when he gets a little out of control like that in the crease, that's when he will overplay some pucks and get a little bit off angle. But overall, this game, I thought he did a good job, and I thought he did a great job, honestly. And this is a game that I think hopefully can build his confidence up. And again, people want to talk about it being the Blue Jackets and things like that, but hey, the number one, everyone's in NHL is really good, right? So there is no, I don't believe there's really any easy wins or should be a win kind of games. But I think against a team like the Blue Jackets, who haven't had a lot of success, especially in that third period where they give up a lot of goals, I think the Devils did a great job of taking advantage of that, especially in that second period. But also for Vitek, hey, this is a game to build on, right? This is a game where he faced a good amount of shots to feel confident enough that he made a difference, and I think that that's important, because if they just won, let's say, 5-0 or 4-1 like it was, but he only faced 12 shots or whatever, that probably would have maybe not been as much of a confidence builder compared to facing 30 shots. Good job on him. I thought he played really solid. He played well. I think he deserved this win. He's been battling a lot lately, and in a lot of games he's been in. And the expectation is for the goaltending to get a lot better. And hopefully this is a step in the right direction for him. But we'll see. And now the Devils face the Stars tomorrow against a really good Stars team, I think. And it's a Sergei Brylin night, right? So hopefully they come out strong and put on a good game and get a win for Sergey. But I think it's going to be a tough game tomorrow. Definitely a different dynamic, a different kind of style compared to the Blue Jackets. I think the Stars are much. I think they're a much more physical team than the Blue Jackets. I think their defense is a lot more. They really step up to the play more than the Blue Jackets did. I don't think we'll be getting as many of those open down low chances as we did in this game. And I do think offensively that the Stars are going to be able to have more sustained and high danger chances than the Blue Jackets did this game. They're just such a great team, and they're actually one of my favorite teams to watch on the West Coast. And of course, the goaltending, I think it's going to be Ottinger, but it could be Wedgwood. I'm not sure if there's any injuries on them, but I feel like it's probably going to be Ottinger. But if Wedgwood gets the nod, it's a little bit of a revenge game, against his old team. But, it's going to be a tough task to kind of finally get that back-to-back win. But I think the Devils, they're on the right track. And overall, honestly, I feel like given the injuries, given just, it's I don't think the Devils are playing as bad as a lot of people make it out to be. I don't think they're as consistent as they should be or would like to be. But to say that we're in any kind of panic mode or we're in any trouble right now, at least, I feel like we're still in it, right? We're only, 2 points out of the wild card spot, and that race is so close. It's, teams kind of flip flop all the time in that, in that little standing there. So overall, the Devils they just have to get as many points as they can, rack them up as much as they can. And, we'll see where it all shakes out. But I think, good win. And I'm looking forward to seeing how they match up against the Stars tomorrow for sure. So hopefully they can pull off a dub and finally get that consecutive back-to-back wins. But overall, good game. Shout out to Holtz. Shout out to Vitek. And yeah, shout out to Lindy Ruff, although a lot of people hate him right now. But I think he, I don't know. I still believe in Lindy. I think I'll leave it at that. I think I still believe in him, but we'll see what happens. And yeah, we'll see. But good job on the Devs dub tonight, and hopefully they can get another one against the Stars tomorrow.